The war in Ukraine is still raging. May 17th, 2026. Magyar Birds, SBU, Donetsk region, and Russian soldiers moving through open terrain, one by one, spotted and struck. Watch how these soldiers move. No clear formation, no coordinated advance, no visible objective. Some wandering in directions that make little tactical sense. Others simply standing in open ground. The question worth asking, are these soldiers following orders, moving toward a specific position as part of a planned assault? Or have they lost contact with their unit, lost their orientation, lost any sense of what they're supposed to do? Both possibilities say something troubling. Either Russian command is sending soldiers forward into open terrain with no realistic chance of survival, or these soldiers are so disconnected from any command structure that they're simply drifting, alone, exposed, and waiting to be found. Magyar Birds finds them either way. Donetsk region, Magyar Birds spots a Russian soldier wandering alone, no objective, no formation, no cover nearby. An FPV closes in. The soldier hears it, turns, and runs. Watch what happens next. He fires his weapon while running. Not at anything specific, just backward, in the general direction of the sound. No aim, no technique, no real counter-drone response. Just panic and movement. Neither saved him. These two Russian soldiers chose to remain completely still after noticing the drone overhead, seemingly hoping not to be detected. It did not work. Moments later, they were unable to avoid becoming the drone's target. In this footage, a lone Russian soldier is seen walking along a road on the Pokrovsk front. What makes the moment unusual is how calm he appears, moving without urgency in an area where drones constantly operate overhead. As the soldier continues walking, an FPV drone has already been launched toward his position. The drone approaches from behind, and by that point, he almost certainly should have been able to hear it. But he keeps walking forward without reacting. Moments later, he is unable to escape the strike. A Russian soldier on a motorcycle speeds across open terrain, exposed, vulnerable, and fast. Not fast enough. A Rubaka unit FPV drone locks on and moves in. He can't outrun it. When speed doesn't save you, what does? This footage shows one of the most desperate moments on the front line. 3 Russian soldiers on an ATV advancing through the Donetsk region. They spot a Ukrainian FPV drone and immediately jump off, running. The drone hits the ATV first, then it turns on the men. They sprint across an open field toward the nearest tree line. 2 don't make it. The third reaches a trench, but the drone operator doesn't let go. The soldier has no weapon. He can't defend himself. The drone closes in. 3 soldiers, 1 ATV, no cover, no escape. When your only defense is running, what chance do you have? Near Huliaipole, a Russian soldier standing beside an anti-tank ditch is spotted by a Ukrainian FPV drone. With almost no cover around him, the soldier has little time to react before the drone closes in and strikes. Russian forces pushing toward Ukrainian defensive positions from multiple directions simultaneously. Old military vehicles, ATVs, different approach routes. A coordinated attempt to apply pressure from more than one axis at once. The logic is sound. Split the defender's attention, find the weakest point. But every approach route on this front is being watched. Phoenix Unit FPV drones were already in the air. The moment a vehicle moved toward Ukrainian positions, it entered strike coverage. Multiple directions. Same result on everyone. When coordinated multi-axis advances are stopped by drone coverage across all routes simultaneously, does traditional infantry assault doctrine still apply on this front? A Russian BM-21 Grad, spotted by Justice Team operators while firing at Ukrainian positions in the Donetsk region. They waited for the salvo to end. Then, as the vehicle began withdrawing, the FPV drones moved in. 4 consecutive strikes. The system that had just launched rockets at Ukrainian positions was completely neutralized on its way out. Catching a Grad mid-withdrawal is significantly harder than hitting a stationary target. Track, time, execute. 4 strikes, 0 escape. When FPV drones can neutralize a rocket launcher immediately after it fires. Does Russia gain anything by using artillery this close to drone-active sectors? Tyotkino, Kursk Oblast, inside Russia. 4 guided munitions from Ukrainian MiG-29s. Shelters, a basement position, a building used as a firing point. All hit in a single strike package. When Ukrainian jets conduct precision strikes inside Russia itself. How does that change the definition of this war's front line? South Slobozhansky direction, STRELS border unit, and Russian infantry attempting to move quickly through the sector. Watch how these engagements play out. Soldiers trying to slip through fast, covering ground, moving with purpose. The FPV closes in before any of them reach their destination. This is the border defense layer that rarely gets attention, not the front line, the approach to it. Units like STRELS intercept infantry before they can even reach Ukrainian positions, disrupting movement and coordination before an assault can form. Every soldier stopped here is one less pushing at the defensive line further ahead.
Смотри. Близко очень. Бать.
Tonight, Ukrainian drones reached Moscow. Ukraine's long-range drone fleets launched a massive attack on the Moscow region. Synchronized drone swarms filmed flying low over the suburban towns of Khimki, Lobnya, and Narofominsk before reaching their targets inside the capital limits.
Куда он? На дорогу.
Russia's defense ministry said it intercepted 556 Ukrainian drones overnight, the largest attack on Moscow in over a year. Some drone fragments fell on the grounds of Sheremetyevo Airport, Russia's busiest air hub. The Durakino oil loading station in the Moscow region was struck, a major fuel facility storing and shipping gasoline and diesel fuel. Also hit the Angstrom plant, the Raduga machine building plant, and the Elma Technology Park in Zelenograd. A site housing 150 companies, some involved in the Russian defense industry. Moscow's residents filmed drones flying over their neighborhoods. Russian air defense was active all night. When Ukrainian drones reach Moscow's suburbs and hit defense industry facilities, how does Russia explain to its own population that this war is going according to plan? This is a significant development in Ukraine's drone warfare capability. Ukraine's SBS Birds have begun mounting unguided rockets, NURS systems, typically used on attack helicopters and ground attack aircraft, onto long-range kamikaze drones operating up to 500 kilometers deep inside Russian territory. Each drone carries 8 rockets alongside a 60-kilogram warhead. Ukrainian FP2 drones have been confirmed firing unguided rockets in combat, what analysts described as arming the drone with helicopter-grade firepower. The logic is straightforward. No helicopter or aircraft can safely reach 500 kilometers into Russian-controlled territory, but a drone can. And now that drone doesn't just detonate on impact, it can fire rockets at mobile targets before striking. 2 weapon systems in one platform, reaching targets that manned aviation simply cannot. Ukraine's 5th Assault Brigade air defense crews intercepting Russian Shahed strike drones. And this is worth understanding. The Shahed isn't a precision weapon, it's a volume weapon. Russia deploys them in large numbers, accepting that many will be intercepted, counting on enough getting through to cause damage. The answer to a volume threat is a volume response. That's what units like this provide. Mobile air defense crews, operating where needed, adding another interception layer that doesn't require expensive missiles. Every Shahed taken down here is one that doesn't reach a Ukrainian city or military position. That's everything for today. May 17th, 2026, day 1544 of this war. 234 combat clashes recorded over the past day, with the heaviest fighting on the Pokrovsk and Huliaipole sectors. Russian forces launched 95 airstrikes, dropped around 300 guided bombs, and deployed over 9,600 kamikaze drones. Russian total losses have now crossed 1,348,790 personnel, with 1,170 additional losses in the last 24 hours alone. Overnight, Ukraine launched its largest drone attack on the Moscow region since the start of the full-scale war. Ukrainian drones struck the Moscow oil refinery in Kapotnya, the Solnechnogorsk oil depot in Durikino, the Elma Technology Park in Zelenograd, and the Raduga Missile Design Bureau in Dubna. Sheremetyevo Airport was disrupted, with 51 planes unable to land and 32 departing flights delayed. Russian authorities claimed 556 drones were intercepted across 14 regions. No position, no city, no capital is beyond reach. The ceasefire is over. The drones never stopped. Subscribe for daily Frontline coverage. No agenda, just the facts. See you in the next one.